Alright. Hey everyone. Okay. So I ended up getting drawn back into Fallout 4, and I thought I'd do a sort of a bit on survival and first person shooters and kind of go on a little bit of a rant about what my thoughts are on survival gameplay and how it works, and some general thoughts I think about how survival in Fallout 4, the survival mode, is uh, just in playing it in general. And so far, I have to say that I've been enjoying the hell out of the experience. I can definitely understand that this isn't for everybody. This style of gameplay is something that a lot of people probably kind of shrug off. And I think a lot of the time, the reason why that happens, I think it's because a lot of people don't understand. They're in a mindset of like, I need to like complete the game. I need to be moving at a fast pace. I need to be constantly, all it does is just add grind to the game, and it really doesn't add anything good. Well, those are a lot of the signs of poor design when it comes to survival. So, like, when it came to Fallout 3, I worked on Fallout 3 Advanced FO3A, which was like a mod that was a total conversion that I just did, and then Project Nevada for New Vegas, and then increased wasteland spawns and hardcore advanced mods for Fallout New Vegas. And then Skyrim, I did Thirst, Hunger, Sleep, and I designed the initial things for survival in Subnautica. So I've got a lot of experience with making survival and how the mechanics should work, and how, what it takes to make a good survival experience. And I think that when you're working with a survival game, one of the things that you have to understand is that it's more about, well, it does add a lot of grind, but really that's not what it's supposed to be about. So let me kind of go over like what I'm currently experiencing right now. So um, on my character, I have been working to get to Diamond City. Basically, I've been to Diamond City. I haven't done any of the main story as far as like rescuing Valentine yet. In fact, that's like one of the next things I have to do. The only thing is that the survival mode in this is so fucking brutal that you can't do any save games. You have to like do the entire mission all at once, and I've been kind of building up a little bit to do that whole sequence, making sure that I have enough food, I have enough supplies, and then I'm going to be actually ready to actually rescue Valentine, because that whole entire part of the game is pretty serious to be doing in like one set in one sitting without having any saves, right? And a lot of the time when I've died in Fallout 4 in survival mode, it's always been something like I step on a landmine. Landmines are the only thing that has been killing me. One time I tried to throw a Molotov cocktail between two trees. Big mistake. Blew up, killed me, and that was the first time I died. So, like, most of my deaths have been stuff that's really stupid. Maybe occasionally picking a fight with super mutants that I just wasn't powerful enough to really take on. But basically, the flow of survival for me has been that I use these the settlements. I just build like a basic settlement with functionality. I get them into a working state, and then I circle around the area around the settlement and scavenge, and then bring those supplies back, craft up, repair my power armor. My character is a heavy weapons specialist, power armor guy. The first two times that I played the game, the first time was a railroad, and the second time was with the Institute, and now I'm doing the Brotherhood of Steel. So I have a character who's very much a Brotherhood of Steel, like jarhead, and goody two shoes kind of yes man kind of a character. That's pretty much what I've been role playing as. So yeah, like as I've been progressing through, I pick through these areas, and I just search, and then I come back and I sleep for 8 hours, and then I drink water, and then I recover, and then I go to the next settlement, and I build that up, and then I circle the area looking for pretty much everything that's relevant to me, and then once I do that, I move to the next one. So I ended up getting Hangman's Alley is the most recent one that I've got. Um, Overland Station. It hasn't really been built up yet. It's only got 2 people, but Hangman's Alley has um, people and stuff like that. But I kind of went out to Good Neighbor, and in Good Neighbor, I'm having trouble because the survival mechanics are making it a little bit more difficult for me to find fresh water. And while I can find a place to sleep, there's really nowhere for me to go to cook, and in general, just make sure that I can get supplies. So while I'm getting plenty of sleep, my character's just health is just taking a shit right now. And there's a lot of stuff that I need to be doing in Good Neighbor, because there's just a lot of important things, like one of the easier to get ash maker, which is a chain gun that I want to make sure that I have. And the most recent armor that I just got, which is I'm actually going to be using the Silver Shroud armor. It's just a good choice in general. I think the Silver Shroud armor, it doesn't really give you the best over, because I was wearing combat armor before, but it's Silver Shroud armor is so light and it provides so much protection and decent stats. I've actually kind of been going with that. So I'm in this area, and this is the only guy right here who sells. He's the only guy here who sells fresh water, but he sells it for a lot of money, and I haven't really been able to find. Maybe this is it. No, the sinks don't work. Toilet. No. Yeah, I haven't really been able to find a good water source. So I've just been sort of running out of supplies in this area. And if I keep buying bottled water from that guy, then I'm running out of caps. And so I have, right now, after I got up out of bed, my goal at this point in time is to like slow down for a second and figure out where I can go to find fresh water. So one of the neat things about this is that it's forced me to actually really plan ahead of what I'm doing, and I've been enjoying the shit out of this. And I've always liked this style of play, and people think that I'm fucking crazy, but the real thing that's going on, and one of the things that you have to think about when you're thinking about survival and first-person shooters in general, is that it's more about the story that unfolds, right? How things happen is a story. It's your story, right? So like what I'm talking about with my current experience in Good Neighbor right now is like there's all these things that I need to be doing, but I'm having trouble with my health, and just I at least food is plentiful enough right now, but all I have is like dirty water, and I haven't really had to deal too much with like radiation, although those that's a lot of rads that I just took right there. I probably should have ate a Rad-X. I had one, but that'll just make me thirstier. Yeah, so I have to find fresh water in this area, and this is going to actually be my goal for a little while. And that, to me, has proven to be really interesting because now I have really, really been experiencing the game. I've been seriously like trying to pick apart and find things and everything that matters, every little detail that's important to me right now. And I think that that's the real core of all of this. Something maybe there might be something in here if I'll kind of poke around in here. But yeah, if survival becomes a chore, then it's not really survival anymore. And I think that's something that really needs to be defined. I don't know if they're going to let me down here, will they?
Hancock says newcomers are welcome.
Got any water? It's more than just water. I need a fresh supply. Maybe these sinks? No. If I could just find a fresh supply of water in this area, I'll be able to stay here for a little bit longer and get more done without having to go back and forth between Hangman's Alley and here. Now my power armor is sitting here as well, and power armors, the cores are kind of heavy. Being a character who specializes in heavy weapons, I have to have a lot of carry weight. but even still, like, I'm having to be careful about how many weapons that I carry and everything like that. Right now I have a lot of extra stuff because I just came back from a mission to basically get the Silver Shroud armor, which is this guy. My character is not a thief. I'm not role playing a thief in this. Maybe they have some water down here. So yeah, my experience has been that the survival in this has been awesome. I wish that my first playthrough was with this. It's going to take me 8 times longer. I've got 2 playthroughs on the game, only, about 100 hours each. All right? But this playthrough is going to take me forever. Like, at the rate that I'm going right now, it's going to take me another 150 hours to finish the main storyline. And then I have all of the DLC right now, so it's just absolutely ridiculous. And I have to say, like, I'm just repeating myself at this point. My character's kind of a dunce, so he's probably not going to be very effective. Let's see if this guy has some water.
Another one of you mercs looking for McCready? Hey, Charlie.
Boy,
I already know his name.
you ain't buying beer, you ain't buying.
Beer doesn't serve
Sure.
us.
Let's take a look.
Cash up front, no tabs.
Yeah, you probably don't have any water for me, do you? Got whiskey, though. I'm not that kind of a tough guy. Can't just survive on whiskey.
Now that you're lit up, got a proposition for you.
Uh-oh.
I need a dirty boy to do some dirty work.
What the
Blood
fuck?
on the pavement, bodies in the ground.
It's kind of weird. I have so many hours in this game and still haven't experienced everything, or at least maybe I don't remember
I
details.
want to hear the details first.
I got a certain anonymous client who's paying top dollar for a clean-up job. 3 locations. Everyone inside. No witnesses. Only catch.
Okay, yeah, I've done this one before.
The old warehouse.
I don't even know how I'm going to be able to get over there. At least in this playthrough.
That's where you come in.
At least in this play.
200
At least in this playthrough,
Payment
like,
after it's done.
I know generally where to go to get the best stuff. So like I kind of can skip through. And this guy's, fuck.
3 locations? That's a lot of time. A lot of bullets.
Well, I guess we could sweeten the pot a bit.
Kate liked it.
50.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck
I'll
it.
get it done.
You better. Now go out there and bust some heads.
Ah, Kate liked that too. Kate's wearing Grognak right now. It's the best armor.
Right, let's grab it.
So anyway, yeah, that's my 2 cents on when it comes to survival gaming. Is that it? To a lot of people, I think they misunderstand exactly what it's really about, and it does in fact slow your gameplay experience dramatically, which can be a problem in a game with a linear storyline, sort of like Fallout. But it's really more about your story, not. So like I would actually play if this hardcore mode was even more hardcore. I would actually enjoy that even more. Just I kind of want them to have like a hardcore mode, the next Fallout game that just ships with it, just already in there, and yeah, like I don't even know what I would change. Like if I was to make a mod, I know you can't even use mods with this, but if I was to make a mod for it, this is pretty much everything that I've wanted to have in a really good survival mode, and it's all ready together. The only thing I think I would add maybe is to have like increased enemies, but even that, like there's certain parts of this game that just fill with monsters. There's so many bad guys already. I don't even think that's like a good idea. So yeah, like I'm enjoying the shit out of this survival thing, and I really do think that my experience so far has just been much better this time around, and it's going to take me a lot before I even manage to get Valentine and Oh, I don't even know, man. But at least from what I understand, the Brotherhood of Steel storyline is actually the easier of the bunch. Like, because fighting the Brotherhood of Steel is actually a total pain in the ass. I remember that being just like a nightmare when I sided with the Institute. It was a fucking giant battle and everything like that. But yeah. So that's that. Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on survival gaming, and let me know what you think about it. Cause like, does it just add grind? I don't really think that's the truth. I think it adds a story. It adds more meaningful exploration and stuff of that nature, like, and problems that you have to solve. Like, you get to an area like Good Neighbor and there's no fresh water. I have to figure this out. Like, I can't just let it go. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more.